I'm in my gamer pants.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 25 of Gamer Pants. My name is Eno, and I'm joined today by our three other hosts, Mitsuki, Junior, and Cultist. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
What's
Welcome
up?
to the most boring Saturday in the world.
Actually, it was pretty fun, bro. We had some fun. We were just
Depends on who you ask.
I literally been reading shit all day and doing nothing else.
we've been playing a lot.
They've been playing a lot.
Junior's been doing some stuff. We'll cover that later. But yeah, I didn't want to take up too much time here because we're recording kind of late, so we kind of want to get right into it. I'm gonna jump right in. Yeah, so hi, welcome again, guys. Thank you for joining us again. If you're joining us again,
Welcome
Joining
back.
us on
It's
the episode 25, 26?
yes, 25. I said that earlier.
it's still us four.
25
no
episodes
surprises.
of this bullshit and we haven't been cancelled yet.
25 episodes.
Someone is not really keeping track of this.
Yes.
Either that or we're not hitting Twitter yet.
Yes.
That's the secret.
I mean, technically,
I think I would make it popular on Twitter.
Okay.
You know, I don't
Do it.
really post much on Twitter. I just kind of retweet a couple things.
Well, you know what time it is. It's that time where Nintendo decides to hold a conference.
Yes, we got a Nintendo Direct. That's what this show is about. This episode, I guess. We got a Nintendo Direct with some cool stuff, cool announcements, like one or two, maybe. Actually, that's all we had. And
some remakes, some pre-makes, and some new releases.
Yes. So, I mean, I wanted to save it towards a little bit later, but I guess can we just start with like the biggest thing? Wait, what? First of all, when was the Nintendo Direct? It was
3
Thursday?
days ago.
3 days
Yeah.
ago, which is Thursday. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it was Thursday. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I wanted to start off with smaller ones, but I guess we could just talk about like the biggest one, right? Which, well, for me at least, it was fucking Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Wait, is it called Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, or is
Tears
it
of the
just
Kingdom.
Zelda: Tears of the Kingdoms?
It's
Legend of
called
Zelda.
Legend of Zelda.
It's always called Legend of Zelda, right?
If
Oh,
it
yeah,
isn't
that is.
called Legend of Zelda, then it's a pirate.
Who's
Technically,
Legend
it's
of
called The Legend of Zelda, if you want to be anal about it.
I'm not in the mood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Junior lost. Anyways.
It's not that I lost, it's more that I never got success to begin with.
Yes. All right,
that's for
we'll
another
ask you all
time.
about it later. But let's get right in. So they dropped a trailer for another trailer for Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I don't think you guys really saw it because
Nope.
I know
Somehow,
Junior.
being the guy who was waiting for a Nintendo Direct, I did not watch I didn't watch any of this.
Junior was supposed to be the Nintendo Direct guy, and he didn't even watch it. Wow. Okay.
I think it's just that I'm kind of like, it doesn't look much better than Legend of Arceus.
Pokemon Legends
Like-
Arceus.
Yeah,
Really?
it looks like they just kind of took the same engine to use it, which I'm fine with, you know.
I need a
Not
fuck.
everything needs to be bright, new, and shiny.
Are you talking about like freaking Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, I was like, I've heard people complain that it's fucking the same engine as Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Breath of the Wild or Pokemon Legends Arceus?
Arceus.
The fuck?
It feels like they're
Mitsuki,
using...
If they've had the engine for Breath of the Wild for Arceus, people would have loved that. That game would have been the best Pokemon game released.
No, what I'm
think it
saying
kind of
is... What I'm saying is, it's like they took that and they changed it up, Brian the colors that way it'll fit Zelda. I'm like, it looks fine. It's not the worst thing ever. And it's
Yeah.
probably going to be a good game. I mean,
I
it's
would
more
hope.
Zelda.
So a little things about I wanted to talk about, like, because like, I don't know, you guys didn't really, I'm playing the trailer for these guys as we record,
Yes.
but they can't hear anything, so yeah, that's good. But there's a couple of things I wanted to like quickly mention in here that like I kind of saw, right, or that I've seen on the webs, like kind of like the I guess, postulating things like theories. So
Can I point
one,
out, why does the world look so much fucked than it was before? What's the point that we won?
well,
Yes,
here's
the
the
point was you won, but depending on how they want to spin it, maybe you didn't win after all.
Yeah,
Maybe all that time in the gold patch trying to get rewards was too much time spent there. The world got fucked.
well, you guys don't hear it, right? But he does say something in the beginning here, and I'm just assuming this is Ganon's voice, because like he says something. Let me see if I can say it. He says like rise some shit. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. If it ever plays, there you go.
I'm seeing a three-headed dragon. What the hell?
Yes, he says, "Rise, rise, my servants, sweep over Hyrule, eliminate this kingdom and her allies." Right, so we can only assume that it's leave no survivors. Yeah, sorry. We can only assume that it's Ganon's voice here, but I mean, I'm pretty sure. I don't know who else would be asking for servants to,
Destroy an entire kingdom.
yeah.
I mean, there were a couple of Legends of Zelda. No, actually, never mind. Everything always ends with Ganon. Never mind. I take that back.
So one thing I did want to point out that Junior did say he saw a three-headed dragon, which is kind of a neatly. I mean, we see these freaking wyverns holding the fucking what are those bogoblins or whatever.
Yeah, the goblins.
Yeah. That huge Minecraft golem thing is interesting.
That's new.
Yeah.
The Ganon is obviously new.
Like I said, it looks competent. It looks like it'll be a good game.
Then
it
we
looks
hear
like people
Zelda
will love
say,
it.
Link, I don't think you'll be able to stop him. There's that weird shield surfing thing. I hate that bar hits every time we play. Zelda fucking holds your freaking hand, yada yada, etc. Cool new gadgets. This is cool. It's a freaking car. I don't know what the fuck it is. It reminds me of.
It does not look cool. It looks fun, but not cool. It looks like something a third grader would make.
This is something they have as arts and crafts in school.
Yeah.
Junior, you played what is it called? The Space Engineers?
Besiege.
Yes.
This is
it looks worse.
This is a car that you would
no.
This
is Banjo-Kazooie 3.
Oh.
No, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of like something you'd make in Minecraft.
So like, what I noticed
better
is that they had the typical, the Link riding on the horse, right? I can't even say it's Epona because we don't even know if it's it. But Link riding on a horse.
They aren't Epona.
Yeah. So we see that a lot, right? They see a couple shots and then like the music kind of picks up on this, like the second half of the trailer. And we see Link riding on this. There's a hot air balloon. I'm assuming that's Link on there. And we also see this drone looking flying thing, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, there's going to be a lot more like quote unquote vehicles in here. I'm assuming. Wondering if they're bringing back the.
Can I drop
the
bombs from the drone?
Maybe.
Shall I point out that the Hyrule sword is broken? I also know that in one of the cutscenes it is shown broken.
Uh-huh. And Nintendo, I think it was the Nintendo official thing.
Okay, so how do you win and you end up with that sword fucking breaking? What happened?
Well, you see, this is what happens when you get a $20 sword off Etsy.
$20 sword off Etsy.
I'm gonna assume you've played the game, Mitsuki, right?
Yes.
That thing without the fucking DLC was worse than a $20 sword on Etsy.
But the $20 swords on Etsy won't even show up in bruh.
That's the point.
Damn, I can't find it. But there was a tweet where they posted up the Master Sword like up close. I want to say it was Nintendo of America, but I guess it wasn't Nintendo.
I forgot his name was the Master Sword. Of course I did.
It was right here.
You have it?
It wasn't Nintendo, but
they posted like a. I have it actually.
Here you go. Here's the image.
Wasn't there a Zelda game where there was a quote-unquote upgrade to the Master Sword?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it was Nintendo of America. They did tweet it out. Yeah, they posted that Master Sword, and it looks like really corrupted or something. Like it has that weird Like it looks like some
It
kind of
looks
like
like you dipped it in acid and left it there, and it
yeah,
started
it looks like some
rusting.
like decay. And then you hear Zelda here in this part say, "Please lend him your power," right? And we're like, okay, cool. Like, sure, get it. So, yeah. And also they confirmed the release date, 5/12/2023. Some people were wondering if it was gonna get pushed back again, but I guess not. Right?
Yay!
So that's interesting. That's all great.
Unfortunately, we found out something else.
This?
Yes.
Yes, we did find out that the
thing's gonna cost fucking $70.
I'm kind of concerned, but also at the same time not really, because inflation, I mean, Sony did it, Microsoft did it, so I guess Nintendo was only like a matter of time before they caught up, and
Yes,
they said
corporate greed, you know.
I actually agree with Matsuki on this one. What the fuck?
$70. And you think that's going to be like the new norm for all games, or just like AAA titles that are Nintendo?
If it's the new norm for AAA titles, everything goes up another $10.
You
Here's
think
the
so?
thing: if it's the norm for AAA titles, I can tell you this much: AAA titles are not going to be seeing a lot of money come in from overseas because AAA developers are cunts, and they charge like if you go to Europe, they'll charge you 70 EU for the game, even though the EU is worth more. They'll charge you $70 worth of Japanese whatever
Yen.
fucking money they use, but they won't
believe
charge you
it's yen.
$70 of Australian. No. Instead, you have to pay 90 USD because fucking Nintendo and
Is that how
Sony
it works?
and
I know that's
Microsoft.
how Steam does it, but I don't. Is that how like the consoles work? I've never really bought any
Yeah,
other games or paid attention to that.
there was a famous reviewer who lives in Australia
Uh-huh.
who keeps constantly mentioning that the prices in Australia are higher than in the US, that they pay a premium of like 20 or 30 extra dollars.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I know it happens. Like I think it happened with. There was a huge like debate about it. I want to say I don't remember if it was Cyberpunk, but there was a whole issue of it on Steam though, where Steam was raising the prices of some games in certain countries. Like I think Brazil was also another one. So it was kind of weird. But yeah, so basically, Tears of the Kingdom. What is that? May 12th, 2023.
Yep.
70 USD. I don't know what that translates into. Mitsuki says it's usually the same in Europe, and it may be higher in other places,
It's like
but we don't know.
75 euros.
Okay. So yeah, but yeah, that's all I really have for that.
It's probably not even worth $70, let's be honest.
I disagree, but yeah, but then again, I
Well,
really
they're
don't
going to cut
nitpick every little
content
thing,
and put it on DLC. You know this, I know this.
That too.
and I'm perfectly fine with it. So I mean, I really don't care. Next thing I kind of just want to cover, because moving on from Tears of the Kingdom, I don't really want to stay on that for too long.
Yes.
The only two other things that I really care about are these two, and I'm just going to quickly really cover them. I'm not going to get too far into them, but the first one being Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. We got a release date, and that's April 21st, 2023. If you guys, I know Junior really hasn't played it, or Cultist haven't really
I've
played
seen
it.
gameplay of Advance Wars.
It's been so long, my hype has died.
Of course.
I figured Mitsuki would be more hyped for this, but like you said, it's been, I guess, forever that he just doesn't really care about it.
They delayed it because, my war in Ukraine. Well, guess what? You delayed my hype and you just kind of made me not interested in the fact anymore.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, very, very unfortunate. That means our episodes are no longer timeless.
Yes. And so pre-orders did start when the direct came up. So if you're interested in pre-ordering Advance Wars,
I wonder if that is actually going to affect the sales.
you think so?
I don't know. That's the question, isn't it? Because, like I said, I know me and my order friend, we're both kind of like whatever now because we're like, we have order stuff we need to do. We have order games coming out. We have DLCs and expansions and patches. It's
Basically, like they put a game that would be good for like a holiday season.
The dead period. Out during when now the AAA and the stuff everyone was waiting for is coming out.
Makes sense. But I mean, it would be good for like a quick, I think Advance Wars, since it's not necessarily fast paced, it would be good for like when you have crunch time. Like we could only do a little bit where you can't really, play Zelda. Ooh, really quickly on Zelda. One quick question. Sorry. Do you guys think there'll be shrines or dungeons? And what are your thoughts about that?
Dungeons, they're going to go dungeons because the shrines are just pretty much dungeons. And there's no point in having the shrines anymore.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily like the shrines.
I mean, they could probably keep the same name if they really care that much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the shrines were like just really small, not even dungeons. Because I like the whole dungeon thing where it's like puzzles and everything. Like shrines were kind of like really small puzzles, and it was kind
I'm
of
just
like
going to
weird.
say this. My whole thought process of why they're going back to dungeons is because we see how bad the Master Sword is fucked up. We know the dread is bigger, so therefore the dungeons have to exist because the dread is bigger. So,
Mhm.
clearly we need to go through more hardship to prove ourselves.
I mean, I think I always thought the reason they got rid of dungeons because they didn't want to make an instance open
It was gonna be
world where
open
it
world.
affected like the overworld.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, but we still need to give up puzzles because this is Legend of Zelda. And they were like, okay, shrines. You have to
but
choose
here's
to
the
go
thing.
in.
At the point shrines were, they were just minor inconveniences and a number counting game until you got to a certain number.
Like, I don't know. I kind of like I think there is a way to make like the open worldness and keep it there with
But also, if they
the dungeons.
do dungeons, guess what's gonna show up?
What?
Cheese strats with the overworld.
Maybe.
Because what stops you from going behind the dungeon?
Junior, let me just point this out. The fact that you can get the Master Sword by using a campfire exploit was stupid, and it was there. I don't see an issue with making it so you can complete the dungeons or having it exploit in the fucking dungeon. Fuck it. Speedrunners are different breeds. They're gonna do what they want.
Yeah, I don't
Just
know.
make it
They
as
shouldn't.
good as you can.
They shouldn't make it like that obvious or that easy.
No, but if a speedrunner puts down a campfire and then cooks a specific soup and exploits a cutscene glitch, then fine, let it be, whatever,
Like the way I see it, Junior, is just like other games. Like I know you haven't played like Horizon Zero Dawn, but they kind of do open world things, and they're not necessarily dungeons, right? But there is parts where you go like in a cave and you have explore and you have to do things, and it's kind of just seamless.
Skyrim.
Yeah. So like it's possible, and like people don't really cheese by going through the back. There's ways.
There's ways you could do it, but
Yeah.
like with Legend of Zelda, it's like I'm thinking, well, the game you can go anywhere you want from start to finish.
Yeah.
And everything's there in the overworld. There's no part you cannot go to if you don't want to.
Yeah, but remember, most people are not speedrunners. Most people are not crazy, insane.
I don't think he's talking like
skilled.
about speedrunners in general.
Well, no, I'm saying like,
yeah.
I'm saying that he's going. Oh, well, how you gonna put these dungeons? You can still make them feel tough, or you need specific equipment, but you can still convent them with like, instead of wearing heavy armor with full lining, you use chilies.
Like I'm sure
that kind of shit.
I'm sure there's a way where they could implement that, where like the dungeons, because even in freaking Breath of the Wild, there technically is some dungeons. It's just those what are they called? What are they, divine beasts? I don't know what the fuck they were called. The things you have to kill.
They were called the divine beasts.
Yeah, okay, you have to kill them, right? But technically you don't have to. They just aid in the battle of Ganon, right? At the end. So it's the same thing. Like you could basically skip the dungeons if you want to. Like you could skip the divine beasts if you want to. But yeah. So like it's just a thing. But that's just what I'm saying. That's all I wanted to say about it. Also just hopefully they do away with the whole durability thing. But back to the Advance Wars thing. That's the end of Advance Wars. Dun dun.
All right. And now Nintendo's daily reminder that you still have to pay online for this shit. They can add as many fucking old games as they want. I will still always say it's not worth it.
You don't think so?
Nope.
It's because they don't go, oh, we're asking for $5 for Pokemon. Yeah, they say we want $25 for this. It's like this game is older than my mom.
Okay, well, I am going to say, hold on, before we even go further, let's explain this. They announced that Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games are coming to Nintendo Switch Online.
And obviously, this is to help mitigate piracy. so people have a way to buy the games they want to play online.
Mm-hmm.
My issue is that this isn't the same thing because you're asking me $25 to $30 for a game that's older than some people's fucking entire lifespans.
Okay, well, let me stop you right there. They're not necessarily asking $25, $30 for just a game. It's quote unquote a library, albeit small, right? But I think their choice of games, well, one, I think their choice of games are great, mostly, right, for the most part. Some of them are questionable, but the choice of games are pretty on point. And I do like that they kind of, over time, just keep adding some more, right? And I will say I have gone and played some of the ones for the N64, the Zelda ones specifically, right? So those are always nice. Not that I didn't have a way to play them beforehand. It's just always nice to play them on a handheld version, right? Because it's just, like I said, it's a little bit easier to pick up and go, right?
Yeah.
But to cover really quick what they added a couple Game Boy games and a couple Game Boy Advance games. I'm just going to go down the line real quick and fast fire them off. For the Game Boy games, it's Tetris, Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins, The Legend of Zelda Link's
Is that the
Awakening
Wario one?
DX. I don't remember. Gargoyle's Quest, Game & Watch Gallery 3, Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare, Metroid 2, Return of Samus, Wario Land 3, Kirby's Dream Land, and in the future they're going to add Oracle Seasons, the Legend of Zelda one, Oracle of Ages, Pokemon trading card game. That one's amazing. I'm hyped for that one, and Kirby Tilt and Tumble, which whatever, right?
See, out of all of those, there's only 2, 3 I would say are good. And
Which
then
one?
So on the thing,
Tetris.
Tetris.
Well, I love Tetris.
Uh-huh.
Fair enough.
I'm
But
okay
that one
with
was funny.
Metroid 2, Return of Samus, or
Uh-huh.
Wario
Yep.
Land, and Kirby Dream Land. In the future,
I like these
those
three.
3 games are okay. Legend of Zelda, Oracle Seasons, Oracle of Ages, and Pokemon Trading Card games.
Mhm.
But
What the fuck is Gargoyle's Quest, Game & Watch, and Alone in the Dark?
yeah, what's Gargoyle's Quest, Game & Watch, and Alone in the
There,
Dark
like I
doing
said,
it
there's
now?
some that I could care less about, like Gargoyle's Quest,
They're
Game & Watch
complete
Gallery 3.
junk goals. Like,
Yeah.
that could have been Pokemon File Red, Yellow, or
I
Pokemon
want to ask a
Crystal.
question. Have they added any of the old Pokemon games to any of these?
No.
Here's what I'm going to say. I don't believe they are going to, because that kind of kills their whole, how their remakes, the Fire Red, Leaf Green, and then they go to the Alpha Ruby, Omega Sapphire. Those, like, it's going to kill their remakes. And I think the Pokemon company, like, just kind of wants to keep them fresh. So anything that distracts from the original, or like the most recent gen or release or remake, whatever, it's kind of bad for them, I guess, because they want everybody to kind of keep on, on the most current gen. You know what I mean? That's my take on there. But
I mean,
See,
it makes sense to me, at
I
least.
had a nightmare once, and it was that the Pokemon company would still keep the Pokemon trademark games. That's my nightmare.
I don't know why
And
they
it comes
wouldn't, but
true
okay.
every day.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's illegal to keep a monopoly, and I think past 100 years it just becomes public.
I have
But
no idea. Disney guys.
I'm
Yes?
just like, we've reached the point where, all right, what's the last game that hasn't been remaked yet? You can't buy a DS without breaking an arm and a leg at this point, and even the 3DS is going to start becoming expensive soon.
Yeah, well, that's going to get, like, obsolete already. I mean,
That's
it pretty much
why.
is, yeah.
Most 3DS games, and also the hassle to find the 3DS. I know where mine is, and I still don't want to get it.
Yes.
The whole point is just that they're expecting people to not pirate their game. And I will say this is not an endorsement, this is not anything, this is just simple facts. They'd expect people not to pirate their games, but then they won't release the Pokemon games, and then people pirate it, and then they're surprised that people are pirating it, and they offer no solutions.
But
And I hate
release
Nintendo
more.
and the Pokemon company for this.
Why not release the entirety of their library?
Because they don't, like Eno said, they don't want people to go, oh, instead of paying $70 now for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Remake XD 4K 2025 edition,
Black and White
Gale
3.
of Darkness. I got it.
Pokemon Gale of Darkness. Yeah.
I was gonna say that they should. I was gonna put that as part of the name, but you know what? You know what? They should do that instead. Release the fucking spin-offs.
No, they're
Make-
never going to release them because those spin-offs were better than the core games and implemented new mechanics and stuff people liked. And whenever that happens, Nintendo and Pokemon would never admit that the core IP needs stuff. That's why I don't think there's going to be an all Pokemon or CS.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so I don't think that like issue is basically localized to Nintendo. It's just kind of like the games industry as a whole. Like games you get like they get old, and not everyone has the means or the want to kind of remake these games. Sure, there's some cult classics that they'll remake. Some of them they'll remaster, and sometimes the remasters are hit or miss. So it's just like, or remakes are hit or miss. So
unfortunately, we let the terrorists win.
Yeah, so it's just it's just the way the industry is. I don't really know if there's a way to fix it. It's just about game preservation at this point, and yeah,
Look, I will always be mad at Nintendo for their online because I don't want it.
the online I will agree it kind of sucks, but yeah. So
Like, let us go back to before. I only get it for the moments when I'm gonna play my one Nintendo game a year that requires online, which is usually Monster Hunter or Pokemon.
I mean, technically, you could always cancel your online subscription.
I buy it for every year. I don't even buy it. Someone gives it to me, and it's like, I wouldn't need this if you didn't force me to buy it.
So anyways, that was just the Game Boy games. There's Game Boy Advance games. I want to go down them really quick. I don't really want to spend too much time on this anymore. So the Game Boy Advance games are Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros 3. I don't really get that. That's weird. WarioWare Inc., Mega Micro Games, Kururin. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I'm googling that.
Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. That's one that's interesting for me. And The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. That's also interesting for me. And in the future, they are releasing or planning to release Metroid Fusion, Kirby and Amazing Mirror, Fire Emblem, F-Zero Maximum Velocity, and my most anticipated one, Golden Sun. I am excited.
Can I just mention here that
nothing of value. Okay, got it.
I figured. What?
Junior, what are you talking about? Those are like some of the best fucking games ever.
No, Korean. He was asking what that is. Yeah.
I was looking that up. Nothing of value.
I was gonna say, see, outside Korean, the rest of this I'm okay with because like all that are fun games. I've played them before. They're great.
I don't know about the Super Mario Advance 4 thing. I mean, like they're good games, but would I play them? Probably not. But the other ones, Super Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, the Mario Kart Super Circuit, maybe if I'm bored. It's just Mario Kart sometimes doesn't really interest me unless I'm playing with friends. And then the Minish Cap I would play. WarioWare is fun sometimes, a time killer. Metroid Fusion, I have issues with it because I can't really play that. Well, some Metroid games, I really only play like the Super Metroid one from the SNES. Kirby and Amazing Mirror, I love Kirby games. Fire Emblem, it's Fire Emblem.
Wait, they
F-Zero,
Kirby
I really don't care.
Mirror?
Yeah, Kirby and Amazing Mirror. Yeah, it's
in
in
the
future. It's gonna be future added.
Oh.
Yeah. And then Golden Sun, dude. I'm excited for Golden Sun because I think I've told you guys about Golden Sun before, so I'm excited for that one. And hopefully
they brought it back an F-Zero game. Hold on, wait a minute.
F-Zero Maximum Velocity.
They acknowledged it exists.
Yes.
Oh no!
But that's all I have to say about
man.
the whole Game Boy and Game Boy Advance Online. I actually didn't see the date. Did they?
Can they bring back Bo-Katai? The sun is in your hands now.
Is that the one where you had to? Oh my god! You had to get like it came with a special. It reached the sun.
Yes.
Oh god!
You have a Switch now, you know.
Hey, yo, speaking of
and
Metroid
they
games,
actually make it.
Speaking of Metroid games, they also announced that Metroid Prime Remastered. It's a remastered version of the old Metroid Prime game from the GameCube. They released that, and it actually got released on the eShop that very day, so 3 days ago. You can't get the physical copy though until February 2020 or February 22nd, 2023. But if anyone's interested in Metroid Prime, yeah, there you go.
Moving on. No funny jokes.
Yes, moving on. You guys don't know about this because I don't think any of y'all really played it. Maybe Mitsuki because everyone else is too young. But Pikmin 4 got another trailer. Got a nice little look at it. It's nice. We got some
I've seen
pan of the
gameplay.
scenery.
All right.
Yes. Okay.
Pikmin's
Well, yeah.
okay. It's
It was
just one of those
fun.
weird games.
It reminds me very much of kind of like Lemmings, but like a weird 3D version. I love the Lemmings, like the OG one, because it was just kind of like you had to use your brain and strategize, which is what Pikmin is really. You use your little mobs, your little horde to kind of solve puzzles, and you sacrifice some of them for the greater good.
Or sometimes you don't sacrifice them at all.
Yes. So it looked fun. Will I play it? Probably not. But when the kids play it, maybe one of them would. Maybe Boogie. I don't know about the rest. But yeah. We got a release date, July 21, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
July 21st.
One day, enough people will play a Pikmin 4, and then it'll actually become an IP recognized by Nintendo.
I mean, it
And
is
then
IP
it'll go to
recognized.
shit.
And
It is
that's
IP.
really I wanted to talk about. There was some other ones, but I'm not going to cover them. If you guys really want to check it out, go ahead and check out the Nintendo Direct on, I don't know, I guess their YouTube or whatnot. Yeah. Junior, do you have anything that you want to talk about? Or any of the cultists? Anybody? Anything that I want to cover about the Direct or not about the Direct?
Yeah. So
They're still doing Mario Kart Deluxe 8 packs. Come on.
Yeah.
To speak about it, they are
What's up?
releasing a new. Well, I wouldn't say new. They're remaking Katamari. We Love Katamari, and a new game called
We Love
Royal Reverie.
Katamari reroll plus Royal
Yeah.
Reverie.
Yeah. Well, We Love Katamari.
Mhm.
We Love Katamari didn't have reroll in it. It's just a remake. And Royal Reverie is a fun game. And honestly, Katamari was something that was really fun. It was an enjoyable game. It was wacky humor. It had a bunch of little customizable characters and was extremely fun.
Didn't it make a quick resurgence recently?
It's always been popular. It's just it was popular in Japan versus America and global because Katamari has a lot of weird humor and in jokes that's more related to Japan than anywhere else.
I just asked because I remember seeing some clips of YouTubers playing it.
It's fun. It's a game that's very much wacky humor for being wacky, and it's very repetitive.
Mhm.
But it's probably the best thing to unwind a game with because you just, you can collect a bunch of babies and put them into the sun, and now we have the moon.
If I said I knew of Katamari before the VTuber stuff because of Sonic, would anyone believe me?
I believe it.
I
You're highly
believe
wrong.
it. I knew
No.
Katamari.
It was the stupid fucking videos where they just edit
Yeah.
sprites from the games.
Yes.
Every time Sonic would get crushed, it was a Katamari. That's one of the
See,
songs.
I love
Yes.
all the new stuff they're doing because it's just adding more to Katamari that just makes it more enjoyable. So it's probably going to be something that comes out in the dead months that people are going to pick up and enjoy, and I hope they really do enjoy
Do they
that.
have a release date?
No, not at this time.
Oof.
Oh, actually, on sale June 2nd, 2023. I did not see the release date.
Yep, it's right there.
You're welcome.
All
Hey,
right. So
again, that's during the dead months.
Really?
And then we have the announcement of Splatoon DLC.
but anyways, Cultus, you there? You live?
Is he
I'm still
alive?
here. Also, I thought Mitsuki wanted to talk about Splatoon DLC.
Nah.
To be honest, I could drop it.
It's Splatoon. Splatoon 3 is getting play DLC. But there you go.
It's half the reason my hatred towards online exists because of Splatoon. I had to drop the game for a period.
And now you guys have Junior's villain origin story.
Not really, just my loathing of online.
Yeah,
Because then I have
Junior's
to play
villain
other
origin
games.
story is today, apparently. But we'll get to that in a bit after Cultist's thing, because I think that's all we have to cover. Cultist's thing, and then that's it.
Yeah, I just have a really quick thing.
What's up?
Thing. So we finally got more news on Master Detective Archives Ring Code. Basically, the game akin to Danganronpa because it's by the same creators, essentially.
Yes.
Anyways, what we got for news is that we finally got some of the gameplay features, and we finally got revealed to us I can speak English. Anyways,
Can you?
no,
Bullshit.
obviously
Don't lie
not.
to me.
Obviously not. English is hard, as I always say. Anyways, we finally got some of the features on how we're going to be doing the investigations within the game itself. So one of the very first things that we were showed off was like a sonar type of ability, and I feel like this mostly would be used just to like make sure that somebody has checked like the entire crime scene and not missed anything at all that could be important. As for that, the next thing is a disguise ability. I don't know who holds it, but like just thinking about it, it could be useful in the case of like probably gaining access to the crime scene or possibly even interrogating witnesses around the crime scene because they're more likely to open up to like a specific person instead of just a group of detectives who probably are going to get some dirt on them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
After that, we have this little girl that apparently has really good ears. Can I just say that's the possibly worst power you can have? Because imagine just living in a city and having your hearing enhanced
hmm
tenfold. Oh God, that would.
Depends.
Isn't that one of Superman's powers?
Maybe.
Superman can heal better.
Shoot, I just related back to one of the Encanto family members. I forgot what her name was.
Dolores.
Yes, Dolores. Like, just imagine having to be like so quiet because your hearing is just that good, and then like, it sounds like a nightmare
I
if
don't know.
anything. But
I
yeah,
think if you could be selective on what you can hear, that'd be nice. But if you just pick up everything all at once, it's just oof. No thanks.
yeah. And I'm thinking this one it goes more in tandem with like the whole the disguise thing because like, what if someone like mumbles under their breath or something like
Yeah.
they could possibly like pick it up. And for the
hmm
last one that we got, it was actually post cognition. We actually got a name for it. And basically, it's how we're going to review like the crime scene, its previous state. And
Yeah.
that seems pretty cool in and of itself because like the way that you use these powers is that they're essentially shared with the MC.
Hmm.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Interesting.
I think that's mostly it. Yeah.
Well, so if that's all you got, then I think we're done basically because I don't really think there was much else I wanted to talk about outside of the Nintendo Direct. So I guess we could just go over to that because I know we're also kind of crunched for time because it's kind of extremely late. So I guess we'll finish our news off that day or right with that. I guess we'll go over. Sorry, so we'll go over to what we've done. And since you mentioned Danganronpa, Cultist, weren't you watching something that had something that was kind of like a Monokuma?
Oh no, yeah. I can see if I could pull it up, but essentially, I'm watching this online fangan called Danganronpa Despair Time,
hmm
and like their mascot. Oh my god, I honestly find it hilarious myself. Let me see if I can share it. You know, you have to stop sharing, by the way.
Oh, I do. So you'll do. Okay,
Yes,
there you go. Boom. You're
this is
good.
for us since we're like seeing.
Since nobody
Okay,
else can see what we're doing, yeah, he's just gonna share it
yeah, unfortunately.
on our studio here.
Here, I don't know if it's
So,
sharing, but this is a little bugger right here.
Uh-huh. Really?
It's a
That's
oh, I
supposed to
cat.
be a
see.
Monokuma?
It's a cat TV hybrid, and
Wow.
yeah, it
Why do
essentially
I
just
feel? I don't know. Continue.
no, yeah, essentially. So basically, in the episode that we just saw, like it was revealed, oh hey, he's just there to make sure that the killing game is going on. He legit does not know anything outside of that. He doesn't even know who the mastermind is.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Robot
Why do
pussy
I
is
feel
there
like
to
this?
supervise murders of children.
Why do I feel like this is a spin-off that has a TikTok style of killing?
Nope.
And why do I hate it?
No.
Like, I'm looking
Oh,
at this cat and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes.
also this.
That-
Oh, sorry.
I-
This is
So I'm gonna
This is-
say right now that cat radiates the energy of a smug asshole.
He is actually a smoked apple.
I
Eat the
didn't know what
Tide Pod. Remember, kids, it's delicious.
Also, he's the
I
MC.
I didn't know whether to make a joke like, damn, Brian's desperate for Danganronpa content. He's looking at fan stuff.
I hate you.
Don't do it.
Dude, it's completely normal.
Brian
okay?
is so deep in the romping hole, he's looking at DeviantArt OCs.
Honestly,
It's
I'm
fucking
actually
weird.
between. I'm gonna stop saying.
He's not even denying it.
But look, I'm honestly like
God.
between that Danganronpa fan thing and another one called Project Eden, and
Mhm.
it just takes American students basically.
Yeah, you know what we should
It
do?
also has a
Brian,
hold on.
Brian.
Actually, it also has like some Christian symbolism in it too. So there's also that.
Of course it
Of
does. Well, of course.
Cultist, you don't have to mention that because it's Japanese. Anytime it's Japanese animation, there's always Christian symbolism.
Oh, I mean,
They just use it because they think it looks neat.
all right.
So you know what we should do, guys? We should probably like take some time to like designate a day to watch just like some random anime, like fucking movie night. Someone
I
pick
actually
something.
have a really good one if people are into spear fighting and martial arts.
I already know a few. I want to recommend two.
Mitsuki, what's that website that you were watching Cyberpunk off of?
Don't worry about
Well,
it. We
I
don't
will
mention
show
that.
you.
Okay,
I will
fair
show
enough.
you the legitimate site we use to watch
Crunchyroll.
it. Yes, Crunchyroll. Remember, kids, pirating is bad.
You guys fucking suck.
Oh, I know I do.
We're gonna get canceled, guys. What the fuck?
Don't look at me. I'm not saying
You know who you should
pirate.
ask? You should ask Billy. Billy knows
should
everything
ask-
anime.
You
Fuck,
should
you're right.
ask Crunchyroll and support the content of the original developers.
Yes. Hey yo, has anyone seen have they released the Pokemon thing with Ash?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I
haven't
It should.
heard
It was gonna be in January.
Hold on. Sorry
I totally
if you
forgot
could
about
hear the
that shit.
typing, but like,
I mean, you can always mute, but yes.
I mean, yeah, that is true. I just wanted to switch it up real quickly.
Yeah, it was supposed to be in January, but I don't know if it's like January in a Japan release or what. You know, but I mean, I don't mind a Japan release.
Oh, so they finally made that into an anime. Wow.
Yeah. But while Brian's looking up if that's gone, I think that's what he's doing. What else have y'all been doing?
I have been watching Trigun Stampede, and it's a remake of Trigun back in the early days of anime. It has this 3D CGI style, but it works really well in my opinion. And I think it's something that it's not the same as the original. It's something different, and I greatly appreciate that it's tried to be different.
Yes.
So it's like a sequel?
No, it's more like a remake. Like an actual remake with things changing.
I see.
Okay, hold on. So this totally legitimate this totally legitimate website I'm using does have a few of its episodes already. So yeah. Remember, pirating is wrong.
So it's Japan first.
I just was finding out that they made an anime of an isekai, which you need 80,000 coins to live comfortably. It was okay manga, but yeah, I wouldn't have made an anime out of it. I wonder if we're getting to a point where they'll make an anime out of anything.
I mean,
okay,
I thought
two
we
things.
reached that point.
One,
yes.
Mitsuki, are you starting an anime or a real life show?
This is an anime.
I fucked up that joke. Number two, Mitsuki.
No, it was. I got it.
Yay! My self pity has been acknowledged. Anyway, number two, Mitsuki. Have you not seen the titles of fucking animes lately? Like Jesus Christ!
Yes.
At this point, you could put an actual hentai, and it would still count. Wait,
what's that one with that one time that it's something about a slime or I don't know what the hell? Kotis knows.
That time I was reincarnated as Sonora Powered Slime? Is that the
Some shit like that. Yeah. Like, what the fuck kind
Yeah,
of name is
that's
that?
the one that got reincarnated as a slime.
Yep. They already have a movie.
Wow. Okay.
Mhm. Yes.
And I'm
So
not going to point
anyways.
out the other thing I saw as I was slowly clearing out the name.
Yes.
I will say there is an anime that I know Ina would like, which is called Benryu Saito-san Isekai.
Uh-huh.
It basically handyman toy in the fantasy world.
You know,
He's just a mechanic.
It's been so long since I've had the time to kind of just sit down and watch anime. Like, I don't know, it's been forever. I think the last anime that I watched that isn't like, of course, like one of the mainstream like whatever ones like Attack on Titan or freaking when I binge watch Naruto. Don't ever binge watch Naruto, guys. Or Naruto Shippuden either.
No, binge watching Boruto.
You know, I've watched very little of Boruto. I will say that.
Why would you ever do that to yourself?
That I was on a Naruto like high or something. I don't know what the fuck it was.
You know, half the reason I don't put shows in the background while I'm playing games is because
Uh-huh.
one, I don't think the computer can handle it, and two, I prefer to watch a show and play a game separately.
See,
Yes, same.
here's my issue with Boruto.
Uh-huh.
Like, the
I only
manga
brought it up as a joke.
is slightly
Yeah,
better
we don't have to get into Boruto.
than it.
I was
It's
saying
like-
something. Like, it's been
I was
so long.
making
I
a
think
joke.
this one time, like I watched one with Billy and one of Billy's friends. I don't even remember what the heck the show was called, but it was something about like zombies and I forgot what, like zombie girls.
Was it High
and all
School
that.
of the Undead?
No, it wasn't like a high school one. It had like the name I don't remember, but it wasn't like it didn't have like an Americanized name. Like it was just completely in whatever original language it was, and you know yeah. So that's what I watched. I don't remember the name of it. I'm
That
pretty sure
narrows down two options, and I don't know the second one for me.
I don't think it actually had the word zombies or anything in the name of it. It was weird. It was like a weird thing. But anyways, and I think it was one of those where it was like just like a one like thing, like one and done. It wasn't like a series or anything like that. But I have been getting recommendation. I think the one that I've gotten most recommended is this. I think it was like Cycle Pass or some shit.
Yeah, Psychopaths is.
And I've been meaning to. It's been like 2 years or some shit, like a year and a half since they've told me about it. So like I'm like, you know what? I've had it on the back burner there, and I just never even watched it. But I heard it was pretty cool. So yeah, actually, you know what? I lied because I mean, Cyberpunk's an anime, right? I guess.
Well, you said
But
not mainstream.
I would consider, I consider that mainstream. You're right. Okay, cool.
It took like 2 days, and people were like, "Oh yeah, this shit's good."
Yes.
And think about how many weeks did it take for us to watch it and actually record an episode, Brian?
For us or for Brian? Because I mean, we watched it.
We spent like what 2 weeks from before its release. Brian took like 5.
No, like
Was it
6
2
and a
weeks? I
half.
thought we watched it like. Well, you
think-
took forever too. Because I think Mitsuki and I watched it like right away.
Can I
Yes.
quickly interject?
We finished it like day 2. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I think I don't know how long it took me to say to you guys, I don't care about the spoilers. Just get on
Yes.
with it already.
He kind of like watched a little bit and then he just kind of forgot about it. He told us we could just go on and stuff, but I think we just wanted him to kind of provide some input also in the thing, you know, because
You know,
Dude,
our third mistake in that sentence is Brian input.
and I think ever since
Exactly.
that episode, he's talked less and less every episode. I'm just kidding. That was the episode he
It's
became the
true, though.
ghost.
I mean, don't boo him. He's right.
Next episode 26, it's just gonna be a sticky note that says Sims stuff.
Guys, when I edit, it's so easy to edit. It's so easy to edit Cultist's part
Monotone
out.
sim stuff. I've told him this
Sims
before.
is released. That's the next episode he's going to talk about.
No, it isn't. Anyways,
That's fucked up.
talking about
Anyways,
anime still.
yeah, back to what we've been doing because you know we're nearing an hour. I think we could cut it more or less like an hour. So we got like 10 minutes to kill. But
Yes.
I guess what I've been doing this week, before we get into whatever the hell Junior's been doing, I've been playing a couple of games. Mostly I played a little bit of WoW, but nobody cares about that. I played RL Craft, you know, because we said last week we're gonna play RL Craft on last episode, and guess what, guys? We played some RL Craft for a whole 30 minutes.
Hey, I played longer than that. Fuck both of you.
I was actually playing some RL Craft right before recording because I thought we weren't going to record and yada yada and blah blah blah. But
We
yeah,
blame Junior.
I
I
dropped
blame you.
I dropped the whole like
You've been
28
gone all
buckaroos for
week.
nothing. Junior had stuff to do this week, but what's it called? And then
We got into Dauntless.
we played Dauntless. We played
We
quite a bit
tried
of Dauntless.
Dauntless.
I got
Yes.
addicted to it because remember, you guys, literally the day after we got into it, I was still playing it even though I was in classes.
Cultist was playing Dauntless in class, ignoring the freaking professors, blaring loud and everything. Yes,
Dude,
no headphones on.
Can I ask what class this was?
Calculus, the
He's gonna go
PLTO.
snitch.
Okay,
and-
fair enough.
hold on.
Enough.
You just he had him at calculus.
And then me and Eno got into the newly released MMO game called Gloria Invictus.
Gloria Victus, actually, not Invictus, but Gloria Victus. There
Sorry.
is a difference because there is a Gloria Invictus as well. But Gloria Victus had its its 1.0 release, so you know I had heard about it when it's in EA, and I've played some of the other games that are, I think they're like similar, which I think it is that there is one, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's the same people, but it looks exactly the same kind of, but it's a different kind of play style. I could be. It's Seed Survival, Gloria Victus. Yeah, I believe it's the same people. Let me just make sure. Black Eye Games and Raven Court, and then Gloria Victus is by Black Eye Games. So yeah, they're related. I think I actually own the other one, right? Shit. Did I ever play? Do I own the other one? Siege Tactics.
Yeah.
Gloria Victus. I actually do own the other one, Siege Survival. So I played a little bit of it. Oh yes, I remember this one. So I played a little bit of it, but this one's kind of like a city builder kind of sim survival kind of thing, right? So it's interesting. But they have this other one, which is basically like an MMO, like a living turf war kind of, right? I
It's
will
like
say,
For Honor meets
yeah.
Civilization.
So it's weird because like there's crafting, obviously, there's questing, there's things like that, but
There's PvE content.
yes, I haven't gotten to the PvP part. I am level 50 something.
I
got
have
there
gotten into the PvP port.
I got in there like in a day, but it's a gem, I will say. Like if you look at it, if you open it up, it's on
It's
Steam, by the way.
wonky as fuck, but
If you open it
it's
up, you go
endearing.
to Steam and you look at the gameplay, it might not be the sharpest looking gameplay. I mean, actually, it looks kind of nice, right? But if you load it up, right, and you start playing and you're like, what the heck is this? Because like the character models are not, I mean, the whole thing is not like super polished, right? Like the most amazing graphics. Like it's not horrible, but it's good. You know, it's not like low quality graphics like RuneScape, right? Like OSRS. It's kind of like, I mean, it's better than WoW, I guess. You know, it's not all that weird vibrant-y kind of thing, right? But it's there, right? It plays. It's very much a medieval kind of type thing, right? So think of like Fable-ish, right? Type thing. But you have your character, you have your kind of classes per se. Not that it really matters too much, but you craft, you build, you do stuff, collect resources, kill things.
You break your legs when running because the animation broke.
Yes. So like the characters, like Mitsuki is saying, the animations, they look very much ragdolly. When you run, when you run, your feet just are like they're flinging, man. They're flying. Much unlike the horse's feet that do not move.
Yes.
So I've been riding around a horse, and I can tell you that the Resident Evil PS1 tank control was more stable than those.
Yeah. So it looks weird. I will agree. It looks weird when you're playing, but give it a chance, guys. It is amazing.
It's endearing.
It makes for good fun. Like it gives you laughs. You can plant crops and stuff. So like it's cool because like the way it works, it's like there's 3 factions. There's a yellow one. I don't know the actual names, but there's like yellow, red, and blue. Blue.
No, the black.
Yes. Okay.
The in-game menu is black.
It's actually blue, but okay.
Yes, but I'm saying that the choice to pick them is black. Don't ask why. Just accept it.
It's not black. It's blue. It's literally.
I can make a character and show you it's black.
The square is blue.
I know the square is blue,
your character creation was wrong. But yes. They're blue. They're straight up blue. But okay.
The flag and everything was a black.
If y'all are gonna keep arguing about colors, can I at least go over one more thing I've been doing?
No, but you can cover it
Nice.
afterwards.
Wait, so it's a game with a 3-player faction system?
Yes, it's the game
Well,
with
I
3
heard
players.
this
I
one
just realized you
before.
can't see it, but it's a game with 3-player faction things, right?
With an MMO and
kind of like New World, right? But the thing that separates
that's
separates the two, and I was covering this earlier with
It's
the
the
guys.
combat.
Not only that, like the combat. Well, I mean, the combat is cool because, like, to explain this to you, Junior, like it is directional
honor.
combat. He wouldn't know,
You-
but directional combat. So essentially, like, you kind of like gotta aim and
so like Dauntless.
No,
Dauntless. No,
basically, if I hold the left button, my character will swing from the left, and you
So-
can block from the left.
you can
If
see
I
me,
swing
right?
from the right, you will swing from the right. If I do down, it's a thrust. If I do up, it's an overhead swing.
Yes.
So it's like those different attacks.
So you can attack from left, right, up, or down, right? Like, or the down is a stab essentially. But yeah, so you gotta kind of block accordingly because, like, if you block left, the they can hit you from the right. So it's kind of weird, right? But it's interesting because so it kind of makes it interesting, the PvP. Not that I played it, but I played the PvE aspect of it, and even the PvE is kind of interesting, right?
I've done the PvP aspect. It's kind of wonky, especially if the other guy's lagging. And
Mhm.
sometimes the animations don't fit what the attack they're doing. But it doesn't really matter because even if you die, they don't get to loot much stuff. They get like one equipment item, and you can get the equipment back cheaply. It's fun enough, and I kind of really do enjoy it.
Yeah, so it's really fun, like it for what it is, and it's like really cheap right now. It's on sale until, like, I think Valentine's Day, which is probably after this episode releases. Yes, uh, but it's like half price. It's like $10 right now on Steam USD. But it's good. It's fun. I think, Junior, I think I gave all of you a copy. I don't know, Coltis, did you get one?
I'll
Yeah,
check.
cool. Yeah, I think I gave everybody a copy, but yeah, it's fun. Billy's been playing with me. Ganja got to play, so he was on earlier, and he played Dauntless with us because we're mentioning Dauntless. But yeah, you essentially you get to, like, kind of, it has an economy kind of, so it's cool. Like, so, like, when you have people that are crafting, because there's obviously an action house, but like there's people that, like, you can kind of specialize in crafting if you want. You kind of support your faction like that, right? And you have to be at farms, and obviously if you put up in the market, then people can get those resources, etc., right? There's weapon crafting, armor crafting. There's fishing, Junior. There's a whole fishing tree, kind of. So it's cool, and like the whole, like, leveling up. There is a talent tree per se, but it's really, really, really basic, I guess. Like, which I kind of like, because, like, it's not like where if you're, like, extremely overpowered, like, you could be like level 50, but you could still probably die to like a level 17, right? Because it's just the way the combat works, and the damage calculations are a lot easier and simplified than, let's say, if you play PvP on, I don't know, another MMO like Guild Wars or WoW or etc., right? Sorry. But it's fun. It makes for good laughs when you're playing, because there is some times where it's just like everything looks wonky. I will say it did release just like 2-3 days ago, I think on February 7th, actually. So 4 days, 4 days ago. And I do not believe the the devs expected this big of a, like, because they have a lot of people. It's kind
They
of
were
been kicking off.
expecting a small launch.
Yeah, smaller launch, and like you could tell, like, but I will commend them. They are keeping people up to date, and like just today, this is one thing that I was telling these guys that was, like, amazing, because, like, they have the crafting system, right? And obviously there's everything else. But there was some issue. I don't even know what the issue was with the crafting system, but apparently there was an issue, and they were trying to hot fix it, but instead of doing the normal thing and, like, bringing the whole server down for everybody, or like multiple
They just
servers,
disabled crafting.
they disabled crafting in game. So they're like, hey guys, and they put up a message, like a server wide message, that crafting will be disabled for about roughly 2 hours. We're gonna bring it on. It was already disabled. They're like, we're gonna bring crafting up for like 15 minutes, while we're still working on this issue, and then after those 15 minutes we'll disable it again, and we should have it up estimated 2 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I like that they were able to turn off certain aspects of the games so they can work on that to get a hotfix out. before they actually, or instead of actually turning off the whole server, which is, always just, it's a bummer to turn off the whole server, but
especially for
it's good.
something that people may not be using.
Mm-hmm. So it's
Well,
great,
that's
and the
actually
map looks
pretty
great.
cool.
There's like node wars essentially, because like there is like the castle, there's like a keep, and there's like farms. You can attack farms, and the kind of the factions can fight over like certain territories, which is
You
nice.
find me and Eno somewhere on a farm planting garlic and tomato seeds.
Yeah, and the cool thing about like the like, let's say the crafting thing that I like because I started off as a tailor, but I'm very much capable in combat, and I am trying to go to like a healy role where I can just revive characters and heal them if need be. But like, let's say if you kill a bear, right? You get the bear carcass. You don't necessarily just get to skin the bear or whatever, right? You get the bear carcass, but then what you got to do is you got to go to. You can either do it in your hand for like less yield, or go to a crafting station, which can be upgraded in certain like cities, or I guess castles, keeps, I guess. And you can go to a crafting station or whatever, and just craft it in your hand, and you get to skin them, and they'll give you X amount of parts. And all these parts that you get like the bones, you get the skin, and you get the meat, right? Usually, you sometimes get other stuff, right? But like, you can right click them, and it show you like show recipes available, and if it'll show you all the recipes you can do from that, right? And each individual thing, like there's skinning, and there's armor, or not skinning, but like there's like leather crafting and tailoring, and then there's forestry and herbalism, I think, and engineering. There's other stuff, right? And you can essentially like level all those separately, right? So it has like essentially what is professions from other games, right? Which is great. Also, there's siege weapons that you can arm up and set up. There's this whole day and night cycle where at night things kind of happen slower, and during the day they're a little bit faster. I haven't really messed with like any of the siege things, because it has something to do with the siege. Like, you can set up siege weapons only at certain times, etc stuff. But there is also like special raids and stuff that you can do, special events that you can do, and there's a whole like event calendar on there. So you could just press U. That's a default UI thing. You press U, and it'll show you like what you can see, like what you can sign up for and stuff like that for events, which is cool. So it's a thing. I think I went on too much talking about it, but it's cool. Check it out.
We are at an hour 3.
Yes.
Cultist, you got 2 minutes.
So anyways, Cultist, what is that one thing you wanted to add?
He forgot.
No, he did not. It's Cultist. He'll never forget. I'm just going to stay quiet until he comes back, and we're going to put this in the episode.
Wait, I'm
I
sorry.
agree.
Until who comes back?
You.
Yeah,
Damn
I didn't get it, by the way. You did send it, right? Just to make sure, because like I have nothing.
The fuck? I said, oh, you didn't. Oh, okay. I got it. Okay. Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? But yeah, I get it. I'll get it right now. But you had something that you wanted to talk about.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I finally got back into Pokemon TCG, and now I have two accounts. I have two accounts.
I don't see why.
And I finally discovered my worst enemy. It's freaking Decidueye. Stupid piece of... I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Yes.
Yes.
Good job, Brian.
Don't you just hate things that you can't hit whatsoever?
There you go, Brian.
Thank you.
Yes, there you go. You should be getting there.
I'll probably just
Good thing
go
I
back
asked.
into Dauntless.
Yeah, I love Dauntless. So if you guys ever want to play Dauntless, I'm down to play it. So yeah. But there's also, like I said, there's anything that I want to play. Like I mentioned earlier in Discord, I have that to play. I have Dauntless, I have Gloria Victis, which I did not think I would enjoy as much as I did, but I'm enjoying it a lot.
Major will not be back until we get to the summer.
Yes. There's WoW that I still want to keep up with, because I want to get into that later game stuff, which I don't. That's probably going to be in the back burner for a little bit for all the other stuff. There was another MMO that I wanted to try out, but I'm probably not going to get into it. What else did I mention? There's Fire Emblem that I need to finish playing.
Yes.
And then I don't know. There's Artocraft, but I honestly, like I expected, I don't even know if we're gonna touch more Artocraft, because you guys kind of suck when it comes to Minecraft.
The reason I got back into the other server
Which the other thing? Oh, you're still
Yeah.
doing that? The node?
Yeah, I was like expecting myself to drop it. I was like, all right, let's do this, and I'm just like, you know what? I logged in one day because I was just like, damn, it's late.
Uh-huh.
I'll play for a bit because I'm just like, I don't want to do nothing today, and now I got motivation to play Minecraft.
Nice. Yep.
But he won't join us for Elcraft.
I'm a fucking brilliant genius, I swear.
Craft is too hard. Like honestly, the reason I like playing Craft is for that equipment table that I had forgotten about, where that one that you said where you get the parts. But I just need to get to the point where I'm kind of comfortable enough to kill mobs, and then I'm like, great. Then I get into Craft a lot more. But it's all about getting situated. I thought about like I was like, dude, we're so far away from each other that kind of sucks. So like I was like, at one point I was like, dude, do you guys just want to TP to each other and like fucking do something?
Yes, because I'm fucking on an island with dragons.
You would be the first one to say yes.
Yes, because I'm on a fucking island with dragons. There were 2 fucking dragons on this shit that I can't even get past because one is fucking flies on the ground, instant kills me, and the other one is fucking sniping me. How am I supposed to get past them? I don't have enough to
Did you
outline
guys see
normal.
the way I took down those 2 lions?
Yeah, lions easy. I fucking took down crabs and shit. I haven't had any issues with the order shit. It's just the fucking dragons.
Just keep going and hit him, punch him. 1 damage.
I died before I even get hit him because he can fly.
Cut its wings.
Have you heard of the boomerang?
This concludes the episode of Gamer Pants. Please come back
Thank
when
you
I
guys for joining us for another
smack this
episode
man in
of
the
Gamer
head.
Pants.
Well, this was fun while it lasted.
Anyways, guys, I think we could just call it on that. Wait, no, Junior, you had a thing today.
Yes.
Did you want to talk about it? What happened? How'd it go?
What was it?
It was a hackathon. It was a school-sponsored hackathon.
Yes.
What's a hackathon?
Well, if you're doing it like a normal person,
Uh-huh.
it's an event you go to. It's a group of at maximum 4 people, and basically it's crunch time. You make a program at the event.
Do you guys get like a prompt of like what the program is or what you guys need to do, like what the objective is?
You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can make any program. You can make a game if you could.
Mhm.
But there are some like special ones, like one that's
Different categories.
the most accessible, the most community friendly, and
okay.
stuff like that.
Yes.
And I win, and it's for 24 hours. So in theory, you do it 2 days. Now that's if you do it like a normal person. Then you have my fucking dumbass. Have you ever had a day where you knew it was going to be so shit and you prepared to be disappointed and somehow you still end up even more disappointed than before?
Like every week, yes.
Good for you. That was today.
Every episode of Gamer Pets.
Is that when it peaks?
Yes.
I ended up spending the entire day doing homework.
That's it?
Me personally, yeah.
So you didn't get to participate in the thing. You just kind of went.
See, I made a big mistake, and that's assuming that was comparing the last hackathon I went to this one. I'll give you an example. It's like comparing the Super Bowl to a high school game.
Yes. So the last hackathon was kind of like a novice mode, and this one was kind of like a pro mode?
No, it's the other way around.
The other way around?
Yeah. The other one
was a bigger one. It seemed more like a regional thing, yeah.
Yeah. In fact, the one in Dallas is the one is described as the biggest hackathon in the States. So
okay.
Yeah, that was my bad. So like literally, I went to this one thinking, okay, there's gonna be a tons of people there. There's gonna be a tons of workshops. There was one workshop.
Nice.
The main fucking reason I went, done.
That's
and I was like, well, shit.
So you kind of just had to kill time, essentially.
I always had the option to leave, but I just meant to doing homework because I was just stuck.
Yes.
And my dumbass didn't get help from anyone. I
For
didn't think.
the
Yes.
programming.
Yes.
Nice.
I just stood there. I'm gonna find. I'm gonna find Hercature of Sentience's charge attack. Someone find something funny to say. Ryan, start talking.
Junior Zelo.
I said funny. Fuck you.
God damn it! You just had to ruin it, Mitsuki, like you always do. But nah, I completely.
Speaking of Hercature Sentience, I might be able to do something related to that. Is
Yes.
there one I can find the attack? No, that's the ultimate.
Anyways, talking about Herschers, I found out from Junior
Oh yeah.
recently that.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm finding it.
Yes.
Honkai 3 is having its 5th anniversary. Like literally, probably Monday.
Oh
Wait, no.
yes. Yes,
So
that game
don't.
that I'm not playing anymore.
Yes.
After wasting like $50 on it. Don't ask.
Well, I mean, if you have the fucking gems, you could spend it on the fucking anniversary.
Probably. I'll probably do that.
Or you could just go spend on a Hogwarts Legacy.
No, like I've already used the gems. Like I mean, I already bought the gems, you know.
Oh.
And I have Hogwarts Legacy. Trista's playing it. She says it's great, by the way.
Cool.
We'll bring her in episode 30. Talk about it.
5 weeks later.
Well,
Yes.
can we please cope
Dude,
this
I
with
asked Ganja if he wanted to join us for it's be a special guest for today's episode. He's like, I gotta go.
Fair. Is this it? No, that's the
Yeah.
other one. This
You
one.
want to hear something funny, Junior?
What?
What is it?
Bill Ultimate. Being fair and balanced.
Ah, found it. Okay. Yeah. You'll figure it out.
She smacks him with a stick and then more stick.
That was me. So yeah, it was a fun
Yes.
time for all, and literally, the only reason does anyone want to know the only reason I didn't say fuck it, I'll join a team last minute? Besides the fact that it seems like a moment where you're just like,
What?
it's like joining a person last minute. It's because I said fuck it. I have an event at 6 or at 8.
Fuck it, you have to record Gamer Pants at 8.
Yes.
That sucks.
And also, so because I mentioned something related to Hercules Sentience, don't do what I'm doing. I'm a professional idiot. I'm gonna spend 10 expedition supply cards on the beginner banner, and I'm gonna pray. I've already clicked it. So Mitsuki, you said we reached the bottom of the barrel, huh?
Mhm.
We went lower.
He's
No,
gonna
I
spend-
went lower. Don't do this. Save those expedition tickets for the actual anniversary banner. That's just smart gacha advice. I'm just stupid and want the character already.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we have for today's episode of Gamer Pants. Senior, you want to do the thing so we can get out of here and do something fun?
You can take off your pants.
Or
Go
walk or
ahead.
whatever.
I don't think I can have fun anymore today, but sure. You may not take off your pants.
Well, there you go, guys. Well, thank you for joining us, guys. We'll see you guys next week. And yeah. Bye.
Bye.